Hey guys, welcome to another quick little installation. So one of the reasons you didn't see a whole lot of progress on the 8.6 in the last year is because I built, with Dan's help, this heated box that we're standing in. I had to get the car out of where it was, which is fine. And then when I moved, my brother left, and we had been working on cars for years prior, so our tool selection split. And I was, stocking this and getting tools that I needed. So before I even get into any of this, there are no correct choices for tools. What works for me might not work for you. There's no one brand that's better than every other brand in every way. There are some brands that excel in ways that other brands don't. If you live close to a Sears, for instance, Craftsman might really appeal to you because you can walk into the store with a broken socket 5 times a week if you need, and they will give you another one, lifetime warranty. But if you don't, then that doesn't apply. So tools are one of those things where you need to really think what's good for you, what brands you want to invest in, and who you want to support.
And your budget.
And your budget. That's another huge part of this. You can get some tools that are just capable of doing the work for you for $12, and then another set, a pro set, a couple hundred.
You could get a $10 Harbor Freight set of screwdrivers or a $300 screwdriver set from Snap-on.
Yeah, and there's no right or wrong there. If you're not a mechanic, you're not doing serious pro racing stuff where you need hardened steel screwdrivers, the Harbor Freight set will work for you, and if you bust one, you replace it for $1 at their store. So with that, I got a whole bunch of tools. I'm going to run through them real quick with you, and this might help some of you guys with tools for your own boxes. So the way I organize a toolbox might be different for some of you. I keep my top drawers pretty much a junk drawer. I got some pry bars. I have an organizer for assorted nuts, bolts, that kind of crap, silicone, anti-seize, all that kind of fun stuff. I do keep some oddities in the top drawer. I'm never going to need this, but if I do, I've got it. This is, I think, a 16 or 18 inch long 3/8 extension. And I have below that I think that's a half inch. Yeah, it's a half inch, like 18 inch extension. So top drawers pretty much trash, or just throw together what doesn't fit in other drawers. If you're working with, let's say, mostly import vehicles, or if you're working with mostly domestic vehicles, don't go and just buy a gigantic 500 piece tool set. It's going to have half the extensions and sizes you don't need. I work with a Toyota, so most of my stuff is all my stuff is pretty much in metric. The only time I go to a standard is when I don't have the equivalent size in metric and I have the close to equivalent size in SAE. So for me, I have a 12-point set of gear wrench, which is a advanced auto brand set of wrenches. I have a set of ratcheting wrenches from 19 to 9. I have only 2 flare nut wrenches. I want to get more of those, and I have some oddities, some over an inch size wrench, just some stuff that I have prior for 1 or 2 odd jobs. Sockets and everything else. You should get yourself a good set of deep sockets, a good set of 6 and 12 points in stubbies. A set of Torx bits is always good to have. You never know when you're going to need a Torx bit, and you can get a kit like this for 10 or 12 bucks, and then an not adjustable, but a ratcheting wrench in all 3 primary sizes. You'll also see I have some wobbles down here in the corner, and again, just some oddity tools. Believe it or not, this cheap guy here, he puts on the end of a bolt, if this was a bolt or a nut, and it actually does a really good job. So this is another one of those like gimmicky tools that actually can come in handy if you don't have the right size or you need something cheap to get a quick job done. So that works for me. Below that I have a
butt plug.
Yeah. These are pretty much just step downs. They're impact ready. I just keep them linked together because it's easy to organize them that way. Again, more half inch and I think this is a 14 inch, quarter inch extension. So just some odds and ends there. That drawer needs to be expanded on. Coming over here, get yourself a good set of screwdrivers. You don't have any idea how beneficial these are. Phillips, flathead. I think these are Torx, and then you'll notice I have just tossed in there some of the more popular vice clamps I need to reach for more than others. A drawer down from there, you're looking at, I like vice grip stuff, I like Irwin tools, they work well for me. Got some nice hose pullers, so that's good. I think I got this set off Amazon for like 15 bucks on sale around Black Friday. And just odds and ends, so you got needle nose pliers, you have like skipping mind, can't think of tool.
They're freaking channel locks.
Channel locks. God damn. Channel locks, snips, adjustables, anything you could use there. A drawer down from there, I have some DeWalt power tools. Some people like Makita, some people like Snap-on. I like DeWalt stuff. It's always worked good for me. Some people will shake their head at that. Again, there's no really right or wrong choice here. And with that, you should go and pick up in whatever flavor you want, you know, your basic drill bits and attachments for those tools. So always good to do. Keep it organized, keep it clean. And then below that you have like your 2 bottom junk drawers. I have a buffer of a first aid kit in case I'm injured here. You should always keep a first aid kit. Get yourself a fire extinguisher for whatever shop you're working on. You never know if you're welding, cutting. Always good investment to keep some safety stuff around. I have, and you saw in the brake video that came out, a race driver kit. I have a portable set of just cheap Husky tools. This is just good for on the road. If you want to travel, if I'm going to jump in a car, if I was taking the 8.6 somewhere, if it was running, I would grab this and throw it in the back, just in case I have some basic level tools, just in case. The other side, Allen keys in pretty much every imaginable size. And this is a little driver wrench for it. It's kind of gimmicky, but it works out pretty well. You can get a kit like this for 20 bucks. More vice clamps. A line bender, a Snap-on. This is one of the few Snap-on tools I have. Oil filter, socket, adjustable wrench. This is pretty nifty. I'm talking like a mile a minute. So this just pretty much tightens on an oil filter. This has always done me good. It's never failed me. Line bender if you're going to work with hard lines. Good to have. And that's, I mean, for what I do, I know some people will be like, well, I got an $8,000 toolbox and you know, all that fun stuff. For what I do, this has always done me good, and the stuff I've added into it recently has gotten me even further. It's always good to have a good floor jack back there in the corner tucked away. And that's it. For my needs and what I'm doing, that's good enough. There's other stuff that Mike has and Dan has that if I need to, I can lean on my friends. And that's another invaluable thing, is always try to have another set of hands when you're working on cars and you need tools and whatnot. You should always keep a good set of brake parts cleaner for cleaning stuff, electronics cleaner, mass airflow cleaner, some kind of PB blaster or lubricant. All that stuff's really good to have before you get started on any project. Blast down your nuts and bolts with some lubricant, bam, done, good to go. 5 minutes later when you're setting your tools out, by the time you come back to it, it's gonna make your job and your life a lot easier. Sorted paints, stuff that doesn't really matter. I've just gathered over time. And that's it. That's good. Mike, I mean, what else do you need to work on a car? What else would you tell people that people need?
If they're doing any kind of custom work or fabrication, they might want to invest in a angle grinder, a Dremel, or a Sawzall.
Good call. Dremel kit. I mean, go. It is $100 at Home Depot. I'm sure you can find them cheaper elsewhere. I picked this one up in a pinch. Go get a Dremel. You wouldn't believe how many times a Dremel will pull your ass out of a fire when you're stuck working on something, you need to grind something down, or sledgehammer. Hammers are good. You can get rubber hammers. Mike doesn't see the value in them. Metal hammers, sledgehammers, 5-pounders. I mean, you'd be able to do anything you see us do if you had some of these tools. And there's a lot more tools that we'd like. And always remember this, and this is where I'll end it. Tools, unlike your car, are an investment. When you put money into tools, they're going to come back and they're going to help you out in the long run with not just car projects, but house projects and crafting projects and all sorts of stuff. If you buy a tool, you can sell it down the road to someone else, or you can keep it for other projects and use it for other needs. A tool is not a singular use item unless it's a specialty use tool, and then it's very much a singular use item. So we'll see you next time on Pour My Mods. If you have any questions about tools, Mike will have most of these in the web store. Check them out there if you want them. Feel free to post questions to us about tools or our selections and why we have them, and at least my tools. And then we'll go from there. Have a great night.